Gamers, we are back with some bespoke Slay the Spire. Now, it's a little late by my standards. I'm not even joking, and I'm not trying to make you mad. 7:41 p.m. I try to be in bed by 9, so this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for a beast like me. That being said, I do have a cup of tea. You might have said NL. I thought you've said many times in the past you don't really like tea. Well, I said what I said. I said what I said, and I'm going to do what I need to do. I think today, just so you know, the runs are going to be a little out of sorts. There's going to be Twitch VODs going up before preceding YouTube VODs, and it's going to be all going to be a tizzy. So I think you should take a laissez-faire attitude to it. I think on YouTube we are due for an Ironclad run, and we're on Ascension 2. Ancients only heal 80% of your missing HP. Remove a card from your deck. Not amazing. Not horrible, but not amazing. Gain 1 card reward and procure a potion. Not that amazing. 2 random relics for the cost of an additional strike and defend. They're interesting choices, let's put it that way. My tea's a little bit too hot, but it's bothering me because it's distracting me because it smells pretty good. Give me a second. I think this is like the most fun. And honestly, having an extra strike is not that big of a deal when we need damage, but I think I'm going to take the midwit option. Touch of Insanity and then a single card. 17 damage, exhaust the top card of your draw pile. That's not necessarily bad, man. Thunderclap is really useful for AoE, and we struggle a little bit on the Ironclad with AoE, but I mean, a 2 cost 22 damage card. Thunderclap is like it's a nice one of, if I may. True Grit is also awesome, but we need something that does damage. Honestly, as the Ironclad, I'm still thinking like A20 Slay the Spire 1. What do you need as the Ironclad to succeed? You need, I mean, with every character, you need attacks that can actually do some damage. Let's take this path. So having an attack that can hit really hard seems like a pretty awesome choice. Exhausting a bash, not the best, but life goes on. Maybe it's fine, I don't know. Great thing about being the Ironclad, oh no, we took 4 damage. Also, apparently this guy, or not this guy, but the first god that we come across, or whatever they're called, the first elite, not elite, because that's literally like the only word that doesn't work in that situation, because that's another thing in this game. The first ancient that we came across, he didn't heal us to full, so we actually start with lower HP, which is kind of crazy, man. Little ruthless. Mega Crit hates us, man. They don't want us to win. And we love them for it. We love them for it. Give me a shrug it off. That's classic. Now let's hit some question marks. Random potion or easily would remove a card. Let's cut a strike. Adds a curse that removes itself after a certain amount of time. Especially this early, that doesn't bother me. Let me get an upgrade, and we'll upgrade Cinder right off the bat. I think right now, damage is king, man. And to draw it on turn 2 would be so peak right now. Oh, you're going to shrink me, that's right. But still, to draw it on turn 2 would be so peak. It's the peakest peak. Wait, we can't quite finish the job, whatever. We'll kill you next turn. As long as we're making progress towards getting back to full HP, I'm not too worried about our exact amount of HP. Are you trolling me with this? 4 defends and 1 strike? Sorry, Cinder's doing some work. Stone armor gain 4 plating. To think about that, 4 plating. 6 plating? This is like our new metallicize, I guess. I mean, for 1 energy, it's very efficient as compared to a defend, for sure. You lost HP this turn, draw a card. Only likely to trigger on either attacking enemies with thorns or alternatively if we have something that causes us to lose HP, which there are, to be fair, a lot of cards that do that. But at the end of your turn, 1 random attack in your hand is played against a random enemy. Give me the defense for now. Other cards might work better situationally, but in a vacuum like this, I think we know what we're getting into. Wow! They hate me, bro! Please go in my discard pile. We're gonna have so many infesteds. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry, man. You know what? Give me a touch of insanity on this turn. Make a bash free. Just honestly to get to the point where we can play other attacks. Because I don't want to have too many turns where we have infesteds. Please put an infested on top of my draw pile. Can I see? Can I see what it is? Can I see what I exhausted? A strike. Honestly, not bad, but could be better. This part's gonna stink, I think. We're probably gonna lose HP and we're probably gonna have a lot of infesteds. They're not called infested, I'm learning here. They're called infection, but you get the idea. 8 damage plus 9 damage does 17. Unfortunately, I think we're pot committed on that guy. Those are unplayable. Oh, you know what? I see why plating is not necessarily just better than metallicized, because as you take damage, you lose the plating. No cinders, huh? Holy cow, it's heinous, man. It's horrible. Please let me get a cinder that exhausts an infection. Oh, it would be so sweet. I think we have to get the ones... This is very similar to that elite fight where we want to get them out of order. I would happily take just a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's huge. In order to make sure that we don't have 2 enemies remaining that attack at the same time. That's a little bit of advanced Spire technology for you. Please, something that gets us to lethal. Not lethal on me, man. Lethal on them. So sadly, this is a rest angle for us, assuming we actually live, which is admittedly really likely, but we're probably going to have to rest. This elite can be really annoying. If I may, though, I do want to say, the average Slay the Spire player would literally rather restart a run than rest at the first campfire. Well, in all ways, both positive and negative, I'm not your average Slay the Spire player, okay? If you end a turn with 10 block, deal 6 damage to a random enemy. Can be played if you have 3 or more cards in your exhaust pile. Deals 17 damage to all enemies. We're going to have a lot of exhausted cards, and having some AoE, especially after that fight, does seem nice. Fight me, deal 5 damage twice, then gains... I mean, Pommel's obviously amazing, but I think we give this new card a try, man. What do we got? 172 gold? I think we honestly have the capabilities to take another elite fight. Horrible first turn, like comically bad first turn. The other great thing about doing another elite fight this early, though, is that it's going to give us another play to get another guilty out of our deck, or get guilty closer to getting out of our deck, which is very useful. This is not... I wish we had a chance to put some vulnerability on this, but 24 damage and then maybe like, oh, it's now playable. I exhausted it. I was like, why would it show up on the screen telling me it's playable? No other card does that. It's because that's not why it's showing up, bro. It's showing up because you exhausted it. I literally have to race you here. And if I have to rest again, I have to rest again. That's life, man. 33 damage. We literally kill you. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it could have gotten. Anchor is so useful for us. I think we're in a thunderclap situation, to be honest with you. And I don't think that's bad at all. More combat is awesome, because Guilty's so close to getting out of our deck. Losing a bash, not even a big deal anymore, because we have a thunderclap. And we had enough damage, thanks to Anchor, to trigger parrying shield, which is sweet. Stone armor doesn't quite get us there, but something to think about for the future, for sure. Now, does this deck have like a unifying theme or anything right now? No, absolutely not. It does not. But on the other hand, it does seem to just be hitting like pretty hard. Whenever you apply vulnerable, draw a card. Deal 10 damage, double the enemy's vulnerable. We're not really like too vulnerable coded. I think it's a skip. I wish it weren't a skip, but I think it is a skip. Bag of Marbles, really nice. The question really is, what would we want to upgrade? It's not that we don't have cards that are worth upgrading. It's just that I feel like getting a relic from an elite fight is worth more. And maybe we'll get to the point where our elite fight is easy enough that we can also upgrade on the campfire after. This is very helpful, to be honest. We're going to exhaust something garbage. I don't know, but yeah, do it anyway. Huge. Confidence. And then, well, it turns out if we played Shrugged, we would have exhausted a Guilty. But this is going to get the Guilty out of our deck anyway, right? Yeah, it's on 1. Okay. It's literally 1 tapped. 9 block. We lose like 2 plating. I can absolutely live with this. This guy doesn't seem that bad. We may literally be able to get an upgrade after this. 18 damage. I think a bash and a block potion and a defend. No, I'll strike instead. We take 3 damage, but I think I can kill you next turn. And this leaves us with enough HP to realistically feel very nice about resting. Or not resting, I should say. We lose Guilty. Flame Barrier is just a really good block. And it's really good at dealing with enemies that hit multiple times. I think that's the straight upgrade right off the bat here. And then we got one more. Centennial Puzzle, not bad. Big first turn would go crazy. Honestly, extending the vulnerability, not too bad. I think this will suck a little bit, though. I don't know if this is the worst elite for us. Because to be fair, the AoE elite was also horrible for us. But I think this is going to be a little unpleasant for sure. As much as I'd love to play a Flame Barrier, it's a race, basically. It's a damage race right now. We have to kill you. Please tell me we draw Cinder again. Not possible. Unfortunately, I think it's a bash defend sort of play. We take 19, meaning we're definitely going to have to rest. Oh, we have more combat first. Well, that's the next guy's problem. No shot, bro. 9, 9, and 6. 9, 9, and 6. 23 damage. Not ideal, for sure. Not ideal. Where's my Cinder at? You wouldn't, man. I'm flabbergasted. I'm stunned. We're gonna live with 1 HP, which means we're gonna live with 7 HP, which is less than I would like. But Cinder was literally our last card. Potion of Binding, Bellows. First hand you draw each combat is upgraded. Pretty important for a beast like me that never gets to upgrade his cards because I'm resting every time. I don't know who dies first. Please hit this guy. Oh my god, it worked! Okay. 1 enemy being taken care of is just huge for us. I think... Wow, let me look at this for a second. Because you're doing 3 extra damage. We're at 12 block. Not taking damage here means we don't have to play our potion. Our potion could save our life against the boss. Which is why I'm trying to not play it if I can avoid it. I may not be able to avoid it. 6 damage per turn with 12 damage on the field is getting a little nasty with it. I don't think we have a choice. One day, Pact's End is going to get played, and it's going to be so sweet. Duplicator's huge. It's tough. I mean, I think a second stone armor, I think you could do worse. Let's put it that way. Now, all we need to do is make it through the boss. And then we'll at least get back to 80% of our HP, or 80% of our missing HP will come back. I'm hoping that's a distinction that's not going to matter, but I'm not naive enough to think that that's necessarily the case. Maybe we, instead of a duplicator on Cinders, maybe we want a duplicator on our next stone armor. Takes us to 13 plating. Honestly, a pretty big number, because then 1 defend gets us to 18, plus we guarantee that every single turn we get the 6 damage off of parrying shield. At 150, you get stunned. Okay. Well, obviously, you're not going to get to 150 this turn, but let's Thunderclap, and Cinder is going to exhaust a Shrug. Not ideal, but sometimes, you know, everybody on the team plays a role. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody on the team plays a role. 22 damage. I think, again, we just have to make sure we hit you. Although Flame Barrier gives us 16 block, you would take 6 from Parrying Shield. Plus 6, you would take 12, you'd go to 179, we'd have to do 29 damage next turn. We have not exhaust 3 cards. 29 damage is not going to happen next turn, so we do Cinder. Whole point of using Cinder is the more exhausted cards we get, the faster we can play Pact's End. This is hotter than I'd like it to be, let's put it that way. And next turn we get a huge stun. The timing on this stun could not be better, with you at 151. Basically, ideal turn. You lose all your strength when you get stunned, too. Okay, so we're halfway through the fight. Now you're focusing on the debuffs. Wait, this is huge. Just for the love of God, do not exhaust Pact's End. Losing Flame Barrier, also really bad. But Pact's End for 0 is going to be big. Guys, we can only play 1 card. The card we play is a Defend. It still does 6 damage to you. We take 0. We live to fight another day. I think this is a big turn. Bash. Pact's End. We take 3 damage, lose a plating. Not even that big of a deal. You have Vulnerable, and we're about to get a Cinders out there. You're going to give us Ringing next turn. We don't care about losing a single defend. Oh, and we're 1 hit away from actually making it through the first act when nobody thought we could do it. And we paid a heavy price because lots of our cards that should be upgraded are not upgraded, but we got more relics than you would expect. And actually, Bellows is kind of huge. What could we do here? Okay. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I like. Hellraiser can be awesome with a lot of draw. Anything with strike in, it gets played for free. We had a Twitch run with that probably went up a week and a half ago. But I do think it has to be Fiendfire. Exhausting cards quickly could make Pact's End playable before like turn 7. Colossus just doesn't really work for us. I think Fiendfire is definitely the play. And then if we could get, if you exhaust a card, gain block, that's... I forget what that's called in Slay the Spire 1. It's a power, but it's really good. Heal more at the end of each combat. Reroll each card reward once. Obtain 2 commons, 2 uncommons, and a rare. I mean, more heals is kind of a given, but I want to go reroll the card rewards. It seems like a good player would take that. So I want to be a good player. So I'm going to take it. Now, that might be backwards reasoning, but it's the way I'm going to do it. So I think we obviously need to hit a shop. The elite is a question mark. This elite is a guarantee. So let's put a square on it. Is there another shop? There's really just this one. This one. Actually, this one might be the way. Because I think we want to guarantee the early shop. And we could still get 2 elites on this path. And some question mark. Do we want the early shop or maybe we want that shop? So we take 4 combats into a question mark. Set up. Shoot your whole wad on 1 shop. Watch out for this guy. Scary. And then here, let's put a cross, because we may want to remember to heal there, depending on how our HP looks. Okay. I like the rightmost path on this one. I'm glad the Telestrator has incentivized me to slow down and actually look at the paths instead of just sending it on whatever has the most elites. We basically have enough block already. I think the play, as crazy as it looks, is that right there. And maybe that doesn't look crazy at all, actually. But now we can already play our AoE rare, which is big. I told you it was big. I have to hit you twice to kill you. That's fine. Oh, I don't have enough energy to hit you twice, but that's okay because you're not attacking. Wait, this deck, all of a sudden... You can say it's just because we got the perfect draw, but everything's starting to look a little better. It'd be nice to get some cards that give energy and draw. Entropic Brew, obviously crazy. If you exhausted a card this turn, gain 4 energy. Gain 4 energy? The only thing is, it really only works if we draw it with Cinder. Because if we draw it with Fiendfire, it will exhaust itself. So sadly, I feel like it's kind of a trap. So I'm going to reroll it. Howl from Beyond is crazy, because if we exhaust it, which is very easy to do, every subsequent turn it'll deal 16 to all enemies. So I think that's a huge card for us, and the Driftwood is like already paid for itself. This is classic Slay the Spire right here. I think it goes without saying we didn't draw exactly the cards we were hoping for. When you get 3 defends and 2 strikes halfway through the game, but everything's looking all right. You're doing 7 damage. In all likelihood, this is a Shrug Fiendfire. I hate to exhaust. I mean, I hate to exhaust this, man, but it's the right play, even to leave you alive, in the hopes of just killing you next turn, because you're already doing nothing this turn. We could even kill you and leave you alive instead. And I think that would be completely fine. So we'll just wipe you. We will take 2 damage, which is not a big deal because we have Burning Blood. And then I'll just hit you for 16, man. Everything's looking so much better than it did on Act 1. Holy cow. The question is, do we really want another Cinder? I think the answer is probably no. These are all pretty bad for us. They don't work with what we've got going on, so we skip. This might be the classic thin deck setup. I don't know if I've ever fought these guys. You're doing 4 damage, which might as well be 0. As much as plating is relevant, I mean, 31 damage to all enemies turn 1 seems pretty solid. Toxic. It's in your hand, take 5 damage. 5 damage is kind of a lot for a guy like me. On the other hand, Cinder, obviously we could kill you pretty easily, but if we Thunderclap, we still get 5 exhausts, which kills you. Kills you easily. And leaves us in a position where next turn, and we exhausted our statuses, but leaves us in a position next turn we could play Fate's End, or Pack's End, which basically kills you. Everything is starting to look a little peachier. Exhaust your hand, draw a card for each exhausted card. Exhaust? Let me think of, like, just because it has exhaust, why would we want to do this? It's an extra trigger for Howl from Beyond, or an extra option for it. I think we have to take it. I do want to see what the upgrade is, too. I guess we could have done that before we looked at it. It costing 0 will be really nice. But being at full HP means I feel pretty nice about the path that we're on, man. So 4 of these guys. There's 14 damage coming out. I mean, this is not bad. They only take a max of 9 damage, so there's no point to really playing Cinder, I think. We'll extend the vulnerability, gain some plating, hit the one that's about to get buffed. Dude, honestly, I thought parrying shield would kind of suck, but the extra 6 damage on turn 1, at least on Act 2 here, is very helpful. I'm very appreciative. 25 damage this turn. That's a little bit more, in case you're not familiar with math. I can kill 2 enemies and take 8 damage. Or we could try to get enough block. I think you just take the 2 enemies down. Oh, we don't even take 8, we take 3 because of plating. That's like not even, you don't even have to think about it, bro. That's no problem whatsoever. Okay, well, Flame Barrier, like, ruins your life. We don't really have 0-cost cards to draw, so I think we just hit you and then hope that the 6 damage hits you, which it didn't, but that's okay. Feeling much more capable right now, for sure. And then really anything will get the job done. I'll tell you, lots of cards need an upgrade. We did basically no upgrades last time. Thank God we got Bellows, which is really helping us out. I do think True Grit is really good. And it is another exhaust engine when upgraded. I think just having a couple of them in the deck is very consistent. 3 damage 4 times to all enemies, or 10 damage to vulnerable. You have to take one of the two. I actually think our AoE is pretty good, man. Even though this is very nice, our AoE is kind of all right thanks to Pax End and Howl. So I think we'll take a squash to get more vulnerable to deal with bigger enemies. Not that anybody asked, but Slay the Spire is not necessarily a game about making a deck that does like one thing really well. It's a game, and it took me a long time to realize this. It's a game about making sure you have an answer for the different types of fights you go up against. You might be awesome against a single target. Are you good at taking out AoE? Lots of enemies that do a little bit of damage and have a little bit of HP, but there's too many of them to take out with just one simple card. You might be, you know, great at doing damage early, but do you have any ways to get through enemies that the first 9 hits, they don't take any damage, or they only take 1, or enemies that have intangible every other turn, or enemies that have 3 artifacts so they don't get poisoned right away. This is stuff you got to think about. Or you could just put the Pogs in the bag. Either way, I'm happy if you just want to put the Pogs in the bag, to be fair. Let me get Stoke Plus first. Even though I haven't played it yet, I got strong feelings about this card. I think it's going to be pretty good. I did take the scary path because everything's going well. A random card in each card reward has Swift 1. I mean, our deck is definitely not too thick, and our HP is definitely good. Add another copy of the 3rd card you play into your hand. We don't have like 0-cost cards, so I think this is a little not what we need. I do like Finesse okay, but I think let's start by removing a strike. I do think we'll, because we can re-roll card rewards, I think that could be pretty good. Finesse is not like adding a card. It's like keeping at 20 cards but getting 4 block. So I'm very happy to add it because it replaces itself. You know what? No, we don't want a blood potion because we're going to be using Entropic Brew at some point. Lantern is so nice. Okay, so this might be like our first real test, but it's AoE. This is probably the hardest elite, I think. But we have a great setup. Let's use Entropic Brew. Can shrink the enemy, gain 12 block, add vulnerable. Obviously, what we want is to exhaust this, which actually is conceivable. How much damage? You're doing 24 damage. It is also tempting to just play this, if you'll allow. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Play this. And actually, we may take no damage, because this can do 18. Let's wipe out the tankiest one then. The greatest Entropic Brew of all time. And also the Lantern. But like we drew exactly what we needed to draw. We didn't need to play it for free with an exhaust. Oh, well, you know what? We actually needed it on this turn, so that was big. You do 16 blocks. I think... for some reason, I thought I would choose what the cards are. So that actually ended up being really great for us, but I thought I was going to play Flame Barrier and then try to tough it out. Choose a card in your draw pile. Add it to your hand. Huge. Inflame, that also draws a card. I don't really see this being that important for us, to be honest. Inflame that draws. The only thing is we don't have, like, too many multi-hit cards. But an Inflame could still be good, and the fact that it draws is kind of crazy. But we reroll. An Armaments... gains 5 block, upgrades, and draws 1. I still think we pass, man. As crazy as it may seem, I'm very happy with what my deck looks like. That's 2 awesome upgrades, holy cow. That's 2 incredible upgrades. Let's upgrade Fiend Fire. And be careful who you laugh at Act 1. I would happily gain a curse, which is easy enough for us to exhaust, to divine 6 times. Let's get a big divination right here. We have loot. I think we need all 3 of these at the top. We also got a common reward, which actually might not even be that bad. I think we need all 3 of these at the side, too. Oh my god, we also need this one. This is going to be a potion of some sort, I think. We need to get that corner spot. So let's keep it simple, okay? Here's what I think. I only want this. We get this, this, and this right now. Do we want this rare reward? Absolutely. Do we care about the gold? Well, let's see how... Oh, I could totally do it. Give me the rare reward, and then give me a small divination right here. The problem with going big on everything is you might accidentally get like a curse or loss of HP or something. Ooh, 40 gold. An awesome potion. Not that the vulnerability is not useful, to be honest. Stone Calendar. It's a reroll, I'm afraid, and it's a skip, but the rare is mighty interesting. 5 block, 50% less damage from vulnerable enemies, and draw 1. Another Pact's End, I actually think is well worth adding. The reroll is tempting just to see if you could get the enchantment on the right card, but I think that this went really well. This guy gives energy the first time he takes combat damage every turn. Very good to know. Let's start with... well, I was gonna... Let me think about it. We should be using a potion. I'm just thinking about... It's free to play this combat. Let's make Cinder free, so that we can play Bash into Cinder. I guess we'd get the energy back anyway, so there was literally like no need for us to do that. Don't exhaust Pact's End. You're upgraded because of Bellows. That's right. We don't even have to worry about it. And then, could I use another potion to avoid taking 3 damage? Probably, but I just don't see... I don't see the merit, to be honest. I see the merit in this, and also in extending vulnerability and getting 1 energy back, and then getting some plating for the future. I'm trying to think of like who we lose against. I think we lose against enemies that have a ton of HP. Because we really don't... we really don't scale our damage. So maybe a demon form or something might give us more coverage. I honestly think we'll stoke everything just to make sure we draw everything. Then that's free block. That's free block. I can get to 25 block. I mean, Fiend Fire is obviously awesome. But I'd like to lose as little health as possible, if you don't mind. We're getting Howl from Beyond every turn, which is awesome as well. Also awesome. This, into this, into this. Oh, wait, it took a couple turns to come together. But it came together. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 15 gold. Okay, I can't not take something that exhausts our hand, draws a card for each exhausted, and draws a card and then exhausts. I can't not take that because it's the best card ever added to any video game ever. So on this turn, there is no debate for me. Well, you know what? We'll play Cinder first. It exhausted a curse, which is unbelievably good. And then Fiend Fire will ensure that we get a Howl from Beyond at the start of every subsequent turn, which is really going to help considering they're going to have summons. And then you're dead, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so good. I don't know what I did, but it's so good. It won't be an Iron Wave. Ashen Strike deals 6 damage plus 3 additional damage for every card in our exhaust pile. Realistically, let's say that gets to 8 cards. This is 1 energy for 30 damage. And it draws. Yeah, that's probably going to be good enough. That's going to pass the test, I think. We can make it do a little bit more. Or we can make Stoke cheaper. I think we need the damage more than we need the energy. Let's make it do a little bit more. I'm feeling mighty good about this. Plus we have AoE against this guy. So to start, let's draw. We don't want to exhaust this, that's for sure. First time it's played, we draw one. We definitely want to flip around. I think we don't need to stress about this turn too much. Just play that. We take no damage. We do a little bit of damage. We have Stone Calendar as well. I mean, the crazy thing about this run is that our defense is actually pretty good too. Now, these cards basically suck. And I'm not feeling good about it. What would I do to get out of that? I mean, obviously you could potion into a Stoke. Exhaust your whole... Yeah, I think that might be the play, man. Grab the Stoke Plus. Exhaust your whole hand. Even losing the Pax End is not the end of the world because we have one more. And we drew it. What do I not want to exhaust? Even exhausting Howl from Beyond would be awesome. So I think we do play this. It exhausted to defend, which is less good. Obviously, but that's okay. Let's, I don't even think we need to shrink them, man. I think we're going to beat them so easily. Now we should get, ideally we should get Fiendfire and Howl from Beyond. And then I think that the fight's borderline over. Not to be overconfident, but we have to play Ashen Strike. Hitting you because we're going to play Fiendfire on you. And we can't afford to lose Ashen Strike because it's going to be like our highest damage card. And now our deck is mighty thin. Okay, so I think starting now, basically the enemy's life is over. Obviously, we don't want to take 49 damage. I do think we'll kill this guy, even though it buffs you. That gives us a license to play our defense. Yes, we're taking some damage. Yes, we could potion out of it, but I don't think we're going to need to. We could save our potions for Act 3, bro. And now, like, an Ashen Strike goes so insane. Well, aren't you exhausted? Didn't I exhaust you? I can't risk exhausting Ashen Strike. Because Ashen Strike is going to do, like, 60 damage for 1 energy, I think. 62 damage. Oh, my God. All right, totally fine fight. You can have too much of a good thing. We do it. We have so much draw. We have a decent amount of draw. Still, I think I gotta take it, man. I think I gotta take it. What do I honestly, a reward here that gives me more draw would go crazy. The 5th card you play each turn is free. 3 cards in your deck get Swift 3. The first time you play this card, draw 3 cards. That's draw, bro. So Apotheosis, obviously amazing, but we really don't need it. We're going to be fine on upgrades, because I don't know how often we're going to have to rest. And we don't have energy problems. So 3 cards in our deck that get Swift 3. I honestly feel like Fiendfire, exhausting our whole hand, and then drawing 3 means we can play it first and still play other stuff after. I also feel like... we don't really need it on Stoke. Unless you could draw into Stoke and then play this and still get draw out of it. And remember, Swift is only the first time you play it, so putting it on an exhausted card is not like the end of the world. We don't want it on Howl from Beyond, because ideally you want that to exhaust itself. It kind of screws up if it's big. Or like if we play this on a big exhaust, but I think there's a case to be made. Well, the reason you wouldn't put it on pack's end is because if you got it early, you couldn't even play the card. So let's just put it on a finesse. No matter what, we're probably going to play finesse the first time we draw it, and we need to draw most earliest in the game. So a shop here is the ideal shop, because if we go to this shop doesn't need to exist. Although we might still do it because of the elite. No shops on this side. Shop too early. I think that's a perfect shop, man. But it does mean we might only fight one elite, but I think that might be okay. We're really good at dealing with AoE. Let's prove it. So first you die. We draw 3 cards. I can't play Cinder, which probably would have gotten a kill. Because I played a strike or a thunderclap instead, just to be clear. It's my own fault. I think you all die. That's easy enough. Don't think we need Inflame. Reroll has been really good for us. Obviously, Whirlwind is good. We just don't need it. Draw until you get a non-attack. We're not particularly like attack focused. I'm a big believer that now we probably have a much better path to getting Forgotten Ritual to actually work for us. And our deck's getting thick. Let this be a lesson. A thick deck can work. So this turn is Cheeks. I don't think anyone would dispute that. How much damage is coming in? Enough to tick me off. There's a chance I could lethal you, but I'd still take damage. If I was to shrink you, 30% less damage. I'm still taking damage either way. I'm okay taking 11 damage here. I think this is like a uniquely bad first turn for us. The fight isn't even that bad. It's just a uniquely horrible first turn for us. We can play Ashen Strike. It exists basically just to work against bosses. I think we just finished the fight, man. Master Chief. Guys, I did the math wrong. And then exhaust and draw. And then, oh my god, we got there via Pax Hands. I was like, how are we going to get out of this? Well, we did. Blood Potion's kind of nice here. This is exactly what we wanted. Whenever a card's exhausted, gain 3 block. I think you just take it right off the bat. These are cards that behoove us, man. I really don't want to give an anchor. I feel okay giving you my potion to get Hourglass. This is the fastest floor of all time. Have you noticed this? Fight a dummy, get a potion. Fight a dummy, get 2 upgrades. Or fight a dummy, get a relic. Can I say something? I don't think we're going to have a problem fighting a 300 HP dummy. Because I'm sure it's going to run away. You have 3 turns to defeat me. Choose a setting or face lethal humiliation. Lethal humiliation. So you're telling me if I don't... 300 HP is way too much then. Within 3 turns, we can do 150. All we need to do is be able to draw Fiendfire. Now, would it be funny if this failed? Yeah, it would be really hilarious. It would basically be the funniest thing ever. Let's just start here. Don't mess with it at all. You get Howl from Beyond out there. We probably finish the fight as a result of that. And then we still have 2 energy to work with. Okay. So 150 is not going to be a problem thanks to our awesome draw. But I genuinely think 300, we easily could have died off of it. Stoke and defend, I can live with that, man. That's not that bad. What a cool fight. Mostly because we won. I think when in doubt, upgrade your powers. We still definitely want to hit a shop at the expense of the elites, but the start of each combat, get a potion-shaped rock. 15 damage doesn't strike me as being all that meaningful, but it is for free. First time each combat you exhaust a skill, add a copy of it to your hand. What skills do we exhaust? There's got to be some. I mean, exhausting a stoke is kind of crazy, because then we could double exhaust the stoke, and it might even give us the double draw. When your HP's low, every time you play 10 attacks, play the top X cards of your draw pile. I feel like the only reason I don't like this is because I feel like it could screw me up really badly if it plays cards I don't want it to play. Because there's cards I'd rather exhaust. I don't think we need Demon Form anymore because we have Ashen Strike. We definitely cut our curse. We're already going to get a potion, but I guess drinking a fruit juice is pretty good. Okay, I'm content, man. I'm content where we stand. Finesse, 3 block. 3 vulnerable seems more meaningful now. And I'm gonna fight the elite. I'm gonna go to the other shop. But you know why? Because I think we're doing really well. Because I think we got it. This is an interesting one. So we hit him with the potion-shaped rock. I do think we should play the Stoke. The Stoke should exhaust everything, but then it should copy itself into our hand again. I think it copied itself into our hand and then exhausted itself again. So play both Pact's Ends. That's a really high damage turn 1 now. Forgotten Rituals, free energy for us. Ashen Strike is already 26 damage. Like, this is kind of... It's getting a little crazy. It's getting a little crazy. We already have enough block. Just play as many attacks as you can. I mean, 108 damage turn 1, kind of nutty. Not having an ability to get rid of Howl from Beyond seems insane to me. But we'll keep it simple, bro. Obviously, we don't want to take damage. We haven't played a Fiend Fire yet, right? Fiend Fire plus Burns is a crazy turn. Oh, Pact's End. Fiend Fire also draws 3 cards. And it gives us a stupid amount of block. Obviously, I should have gained the energy. I don't know what I was thinking not getting it, to be honest with you, but what's done is done. Ashen Strike, please. No Ashen Strike. 40 damage this turn? Even for you, that's a little much. I can't kill you. So I will Strike and True Grit. We lose one of our best cards, but that's okay. Because all of our other cards still exist. Like this one. Ooh, 66 damage for 1. Perfectly fine fight. We want to load up on potions for the boss. Another Stoke is like, at this point, it's just getting insane. I don't think we need another Feel No Pain. I could be wrong. Honestly, I'd rather have 12 block than a 15 damage potion. Maybe we can afford another relic. Obviously not. They want me to take another Stoke? Man, it's getting a little absurd. Bolus is not too relevant for us. Let's just cut a basic strike. Happy with my existing potions. We're ready for the boss fight. I'm not worried about the potion. This is a great starting hand. Unfortunately, our burning sticks are not doing much for us, but that's okay. We want to play Forgotten Ritual. We want Feel No Pain. We want Stone Armor. Play this, Exhausted a Squash. Could be worse. Take a little bit of damage. We could also get, every time you gain block, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. That could be huge for us. If we can find it in the card rewards. You have to play Ashen Strike. Ashen Strike is like your ult. But at the same time, you know what? We're going to be able to get enough block. Well, the real question is, will we have energy? Start here, gain 3 more cards. Exhaust your hand. Draw a card for each exhausted card. My thing is, I don't want to take a bunch of damage. So believe it or not, I actually think we play Fiend Fire on our Ashen Strike. That way we generate the block off of the exhausted cards. And I think that Howl from Beyond will just finish the job for us. We got a very flexible deck. We can play it a couple different ways. Did we not exhaust Howl from Beyond? It hasn't shown up yet, apparently. Shows what I know. I was going to say, how could it not have shown up yet? Our deck is like 4 cards in a trench coat. Either way, I mean, it's not a big deal, as you can see, but it just kind of surprised me more than anything else. Mogged. Better potion? Vulnerable potion probably beats a blood potion for us at this point, wouldn't you say? Don't need a feed. Don't need a dismantle. I think this is my favorite Ironclad deck that I've built so far. And we would upgrade targeted True Grit, I think. Okay. What is this guy again? Hang on. Oh, this is the hardest enemy out of all of them. I'm willing to say that for sure. I think we don't care if we exhaust any of these cards, including Cinder and including Bash. So get him out of here. We definitely want to play a Finesse. Forgotten Ritual is free real estate. None of these have to get played on turn 1. Let's squash you. Feel no pain. Pack's End. We still want a Fiend Fire is an important card for us. You're literally dead already, bro. You freaking suck. We don't even need to play... Oh, okay. We should have played 1 attack. For some reason, I thought we would do 8 damage with Parrying Shield. This is still big, though. I mean, long story short, exhausting Fiend Fire kind of sucks, but you have to exhaust Howl from Beyond, so you might as well. And then being able to play this is still good, and we can always make our deck better by exhausting a strike. Should still be a good position. Have not exhausted a card. Are we likely to exhaust a card? Probably not. Definitely not. We'll lose a plating off of this, but that's okay in my house. We also did 67 damage, which is like the perfect number of damage to do right now in the modern climate. Have we really not exhausted Howl from Beyond? I'm freaking out. We have an exhaust engine. The only exhaust engine is... Oh wait, does it just exhaust? And then it gets played so it goes in the discard pile, then we have to exhaust it again. Maybe I was mistaken this whole time. Either way, we have to play this. Then that. And now you got me thinking that lethality is in the cards for us, but maybe not. Maybe we have to wait a turn. Again, we lose 1 plating, but I mean we're doing really well. Let's put it that way. We're not really sweating you too much. It would be nice to exhaust Howl on this turn. If it can't be done, it can't be done. It can't be done. Well, no big deal. Good news here is that we have 3 potions to use on the final phase, which I think should leave us in a really good spot. Bad news is they are intangible. Let's shrink them first. True Grit on a wound is like automatic. Flame Barrier, of course, as well. I really think we're gonna be mighty clean with it. 31 damage. 31 damage, real nasty here, but drink a block potion, apply some vulnerability, squash on him. Ashen Strike does 75. 2 Pack's Ends, also very valuable. We're only taking 13 damage. They only have 91 damage left. They're intangible this turn. This is like a blocking turn. We don't really have to block, but it is a blocking turn in theory. Next turn is a hitting turn, so we really, I mean, even just Howl from Beyond is going to be pretty good. But an Ashen Strike would go crazy. I think you true grit your how. Oh, but then it's going to hit on the intangible turn. Well, it's a little late now. Kind of left myself in a bad spot there. Okay, well, we get him next time. Ah! My, how you've grown, bro. So this obviously sucks, but... Thank you, ornamental fan. And now we're all out of sync here, which is scary. We could easily actually lose this. In fact, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I feel like there's a very strong chance we do lose this. Unless I can hit you 25 times next turn or put up... I might be able to put up a ton of block. I can't look, bro. You're doing 42? Oh, God. Please, for the love of God. Ah! Are you trolling? Oh, my God. Okay, well, we lose, which sucks. But if I may, I had a great time on the run. And also, I know exactly why we lost. We played a great run. One horrible misplay. If we play Howl from Beyond, instead of exhausting it so it shows up on the odd-numbered turn, we win easily. And we're like, whoa, that was the easiest run we've ever done. So does it sting? Well, here's the thing, fellas. You're going to lose a lot of Slay the Spire 2 runs in your life. Should let it slide off of you like water off of a duck's back. That being said, a little embarrassing. Either way, thanks for watching. I'm going to go to bed. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps it a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. Later!